everyone, and welcome. We're going to do a sealed Kaldheim event. I haven't done sealed in quite a while on this stream, but there was some interest today. Queen Dragon, you owe me 10 bucks. But I did want to try this sealed format out. One of the reports on this format, the kind of conventional wisdom has been that it's more princely, which is to say that the rares and mythics are real drivers of outcomes, and often you can feel like you've played a solid game of Magic for a while, and then one single card shows up for either side and kind of ends the game on the spot based on its power level. And the synergies going on at the lower rarities don't necessarily mitigate that. So that's what we call Prince format as opposed to a Pauper format. Prince formats are heavily driven, are more driven by results from the rare slot than they are from the lower levels, and a Pauper format is just all about the synergies, right? So I would say, for example, that Zendikar was extremely Pauper. The synergies there between kicker payoffs and cleric payoffs and party payoffs, all of that was happening at common, and all of it was quite powerful. Like that if you weren't doing synergistic stuff at common in Zendikar, you were going to fall behind and lose, and it almost didn't matter. Great, you've dropped some 6 mana rare. I'm going to into the royal, kick it back to your hand, make a 2/2 Drake in the process, and draw a card. So that's what I'm talking about when we talk about Prince versus Pauper. And as a Prince format, though, you can tend to have like Prince formats. It's taken to its extreme in sealed, because if Prince formats are about rares, when we sit down to draft, we get 3 boosters each. So on average, each of us is going to get 3 rares or mythics to work with, right? When we do sealed, each of us is getting 6 boosters, and each of us is going to have 6 rares to deal with. So if we're talking about this as a Prince format where the rares are what matter, a sub-format of sealed where we have double access to the rares that we would in a normal draft increases that factor even more so. Of course, in this case, you don't get to play all 6 of your rares, whereas you're probably going to take most of the rares you draft out of a draft. Still, though, there just tends to be more powerful cards floating around, and people are going to play them, because in these types of formats, you kind of are driven by your rares. We'll get into that when we get into sealed, into the building of it, but there's arguments for looking at your commons and uncommons first. But in this case, in a set like this, we're going to check out our rares and kind of be driven by that on some level, because the rares are just going to drive your behavior here. I'm hoping my pitch drives your behavior a little bit, which is to check out my sponsor, cardkingdom.com. If you go there and check it out, you're going to find an incredible purveyor of everything you need for your tabletop Magic game, whether it's singles, supplies, or sealed product. Card Kingdom's got it all. They've got it at great prices. They get the shipping done so quick. It is out the door and into the mail, headed to you ASAP. And of course, I haven't mentioned this week, or it was Monday, but in a bit, the buy list. Check out the buy list. If you're looking to turn your cardboard into cash, there is nobody who on average gives you more money for that cardboard than cardkingdom.com. I have yet to find anybody to prove me wrong on this. If I'm missing somebody who's doing insane buy prices that's better than Card Kingdom, you whisper me and let me know. I'll check them out. But nobody has challenged me on this, because consistently, day to day, week to week, year to year, Card Kingdom simply pays the most for Magic cards. And if you go for the credit, they also have the inventory to make that credit worth something. So please, if you're looking to ditch cards, consider selling them to Card Kingdom. You're going to be happy you did. Now we're going to jump in here. It's not even a draft. We're just going to open our pool. So before I hit, I'm going to go into deck building view. And actually, let me also correct this record. We are 0-0 doing sealed here. But we go right into our pool. Now, when I'm, I'll tell you how I build in paper, and it's just kind of for the fun sweat. And, Luis on LR made fun of this idea at one point, I remember, but I would love to talk to him about it and defend my position. But one of the ways I like to build sealed pools is to hide the rares. So if I'm at a pre-release, if I'm working in paper, what I will do is I'll actually open packs face down, and I'll pull off the rares. I know where the where the rares are in each pack. So I'm like a pile of my 6 rares. And then what that does is forces me to assess my pool based on the strength of its meat and potatoes. I think it's a thing that if you look at the end of the day, we're going to look at all of our cards and make our decisions. And if you're a top level player, you're going to build the right deck, right? But I think as much as we should be driven in formats like this by our rares and mythics, if you're a newer deck builder, if you're newer to sealed, you can take this don't look at the rares approach if you want to focus on your fundamentals, because a lot of times you see the obvious bomb rare and you immediately focus on, oh, I'm going to be red-green because I got to take advantage of this bomb rare. If you wait to look at those for later, you get a much better Magic training experience of saying, okay, forget the rares. Let's say all my rares were garbage, what's the pool that makes sense here? What's the deck that would make sense if my rares were garbage? And then once I've answered that question, then it's fun to look at the rares and say, okay, I know that if my rare, like I would end up playing black-red if my rares were garbage. So now that I'm going to look at my rares, come on, black-red, come on, black-red. And then I flip my rares and it's a fun sweat to see if I actually got the colors I was hoping for. Sometimes you get rewarded and you're like, yes, black-red rares, we did it. And then sometimes it's like, oh no, all my rares are green-blue. All right, so now let's look. Should I switch to green-blue for that? And there's some value in that. But at the end of the day, it's minor. Like, it's just about almost kind of having fun with it. In this case, though, we're going to go the more traditional way and just open and look at the rares straight up. So let's get into deck building view here and take a look at our rares. What do we get? A lot of red, a lot of black. So it's funny, I was just talking about red-black, talking about I've been playing a lot of red-black, and then look, red-black. Although I don't know if we're playing Reckless Crew. Reckless Crew does not do much outside of Constructed. But Valky looks good. Mythic. Toroff, Mythic. Burning Rune Demon, Mythic. I haven't even read these yet, but we got 3 Mythics and a rare. So, like, yeah, Arnie's just okay. I totally agree. Like, I narrowly took Arnie, pack 1, pick 1 out of the pack, but only because it didn't have like any other red cards and it was a pretty weak pack overall. Arnie is just whatever. But we're going to do red-black and not even worry. I'm not even going to look at the other colors, which is why doing it this way is like maybe bad for your deck building, your pool assessment. Like if you want to practice your assessment of pools, don't do this because you're just going to go to the red-black right away. As for us, I'm going to pretend for a second that it was, let's say that was a big mix. Let's say we had an awesome rare in all 5 colors. 5 great cards, but all different colors. I want to show you how I would approach assessing the deck build. So what I like to do is start by going to the filters. You get the rare view right off the bat, right? So the next thing I like to look at is commons, uncommon. So I just filter to uncommons, and then I sort by color. So now we look and we get to see what the uncommons are in each color. Spectral Steel, not that good. Firja is excellent. So this would be a pull towards black-white that I would take into account. We look at blue. Oh, triple Giant's Amulet. So like you could definitely do Giant's Amulet with a red rare. And this is an interesting pull to blue, having a weird triple of an uncommon. Then we look at our black uncommons, and we see a fine Berserker who rewards you for double spelling. Again, we have this one. So a couple of gold uncommons that reward us for pairing white or green with black. Poison the Cup, excellent removal. Rune of Mortality, easy to just throw on anything you want. Hailstorm Valkyrie, remains to be seen whether we have the snow to support this, but the Poison the Cup and the Berserker are nice appeals on black. And we look at red. No red uncommons whatsoever. Sometimes that happens. That's unusual, though. Boreal Outrider is a reasonable reward for being base green snow. Again, feel like it could be tough to pull off in sealed. We'll see what the snow components are. Rootless U is interesting, but not really a pull. All right, so now we've looked at that, and then I go back and do the same thing with commons. So really, I do a rarity by rarity pass through of each color so that the screen completely holds it, right? Like I'm trying to compartmentalize it. So in fact, I'll get down here. It's a little easier for you to see if I'm actually in draft mode, I think. So so I just like being able to browse the colors with everything on screen one at a time, taking a little bite, color by color, and seeing what builds up. And so we continue to see, like now we're looking for, are there removal commons, strong standout top commons? And there's none of the good white commons really here. There's no removal. So white seems out. And then blue, we already know we're going to be in red, black. But again, I'm pretending as if our rares were garbage. And we see some support for blue snow. Grixis Snow jumps out at me when I see lands like that. Double Behold is strong. We saw those 2 giant amulets. So, and we know we like our red black, so there is possibly some Grixis build here. We could splash 2 Beholds off of the lands. That might be worthwhile. So we should keep seeing these lands means we should keep splashing in mind, and this is actually a great splash for sealed. So I'm really thinking that's likely, especially if we find anything in red-black that produces some treasure. Is Mistwalker that good? Mistwalker has been my nemesis as I've been playing heavily aggro decks, and Mistwalker is like the thing I least want to see on turn 3 when I'm playing aggro. But yeah, less important here because of that. But I just like the Double Behold here. Black commons, a lot of sacrifice effects here. Way down is decent removal if we have the creatures for it. And wait, this is what I mean. Like raise and way are just non-bows, right? You got like you can't always support all this graveyard shenanigans. Jarl seems fine. Skull Raid seems great and sealed. So yeah, not many creatures in black. We can't really pass up on the power of our rares, so we're really hoping that red hooks us up here. Black commons kind of weak. Red commons help us out. Come on, red commons. Pretty aggro, but we do have a bolt. We got a mob. Cavalry, only 1. This is pretty weak too. I wonder, we got a couple of pups that could maybe do it. I still don't think we can just, like, we're going to be Grixis control, I think. I don't want to be, like, pups don't seem good in sealed, but Grixis control does. Yeah, I'm with you, Gadanmore, so maybe we just need to be, let's see what Grixis looks like. But we can be low creatures if we have the tools for it. So let's look at Grixis. And I'm going to start on the rarity front again. Oh, we're never playing green. We could look at green, but I just don't. There was no good green at uncommon. I can't fathom what I would see at common in green that would prompt me to play it. I mean, we can look, but I'll look last. But let's start by adding our rare and mythics. I don't even think 8 pack mates would do it. Berserker, Poison, Rune for sure. Rune Crown. Oh, we didn't check. We don't have any. Let's see. Now I got to see. Wait. Now I'm going to reset everything. I didn't see that. Do we have what do you have in the rune action here? We have 3 Rune Crowns and no rune. Oh, we have the 1. Why wouldn't it show? Maybe it's because it's not a type, or it's in the title. Like, we definitely have the black one. Oh, it's in the deck. There we go. That's why. It was already in the deck. Sorry. So yeah, not playing the rune on the strength of 1 mortality, but that's kind of funny. Anyway, back to this look. Oops. Oh, here, as long as we're here, we can take a look at green, sure. But let's look at green and dismiss it. And green, you are dismissed. So I like looking for the splash of the 2 Beholds. I don't know if we splashed anything else, though. And then let's see what we get. Cutting the blue and just piling on with, like, maybe one of these. Definitely that. Definitely one of those. Definitely that. We do have 2 snowlands, but you can see what else we were looking at in snow. Can you just show me the... Okay, here's snow-covered plains. No. Do we get any other... Snow-covered swamp. Snow-covered mountain. All right, so we do have 4 snow-covered lands on color. For what that's worth. And then we want the mob, we want a skull raid, we want this. We want demon bolt, we want squash. Probably just want a big giant in this deck. I don't know if 4 is enough for Valkyrie, probably not. Do we like Helm? Are we aggro enough for Helm? We only have 10 creatures, so that worries me about village rights as a play here. Oh, we get cavalry. Great. Get in there, cavalry. Yeah, let's check colorless. That's not... None of these are good enough. Well, we just have to follow our powerful black and red cards and just position ourselves as a more controlling deck. Although we do have some aggro stuff going on. Two pups. Maybe we have to. I don't love it, but ugh. Yeah, we could do a little more blue. Let's look at the blue. This is not castable for us at double blue. Ravenform and Mistwalker. Yeah, maybe it is blue. Blue splash red. What do we lose? We Toralf becomes hard to do, although we can play the hammer for cheap. All right, let's look at that. I think that's starting to feel a little more correct. You can even play the amulets then. Well, how good is it? Let's see. What is it even doing? So we pay 1 in a red, and then equipped creature has pay 1 in a red, tap, unattach this. It deals 3 damage to any target and return it to hand. So yeah, that is an expensive sequence for red. If you wanted to do it all in one turn, you need 3. If you only have 1 red, you're doing it minorly turn over turn over turn. Well, I'd only put the amulets in if we were turning to base blue. That's the question. Do we want to be base blue? No, we're not splashing amulets. I'm saying, do we want to switch to be base blue? What we get from base blue are amulets and Mistwalkers, and potentially Harbinger if we want, or you know, some intruder for an early, or Depart the Realm is nice as well. Disdainful Stroke to catch bombs. Yeah, what's the black? Can we splash the black? Poison the cup can be foretold and be splashable. Black represents basically our 2-drops, although this isn't really a 2-drop, but these are. So I'm worried about cutting black given how linchpin it is for having anything to do on 2. So unless blue can fill that hole, which I don't really think Brine Barrow Intruder does. I mean, we'd play one, but it's not really what I'm looking for there. Yeah, I think blue should be our second, but I don't think we can make black our splash. So maybe I think we still play the hammer. I mean, the hammer is slow. This is a slow hammer. But I think we can still play it. And then I want a stroke. I want maybe 2 amulets. I don't think I want to go 3. I mean, these are like good 5-drops, but cut the mob, cut Arnie, splash, squash, bolt, and the god. And what does this look like? Still only 10 creatures. You like this one? Is this any good? I mean, it fills the curve. Yeah, we do have 2. We have 12 with the amulets. Don't we have another? Oh, it was like red. Yeah, helm's not amulet. Draugr has Surveil. I mean, it has Surveil Oppo. Undersea Invader for a big high-end body. Oh yeah, we can do it to ourselves, sure. Sorry, I was thinking it was an Oppo thing. Does that make... Still, though, I mean... Ugh. That does make it a lot better. I certainly didn't like this at all when I thought it was Oppo. I like it better. I guess if we want to increase our creature count, we got to find it somewhere. Do we want to cut squash? Let's look at our removal now. Our bottom stuff. Maybe we cut raise? Like, we got some powerful stuff to bring back, but are we going to bring 2 things back? It would be fun to bring back 2 gods. Probably need to do raise just so we can do a screenshot of me getting back Valky and Torolf off of the Raise the Draugr. Yeah, squash does get better with the blue, right? We have giants here. Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, so now we're at more of a 14 creature count, which is fine. The raise only gets the 12, though. You like getting rid of Skull Raid? I like Skull Raid in Sealed, though. I think this is where Skull Raid is at its best. So then... Which Berserker? This Berserker? I'm not cutting creatures. Yeah, I just want a 2-drop. This isn't very exciting, I admit, but it is a curve filler. A curve filler. What are we getting with the demon? No, I haven't thought about this. I just assumed it was good because it said flying 6/6 for 6 and it says mythic on it. But what does it do? I'll read. Fine, make me read. When Burning Rune Demon enters the battlefield, you may search your library for exactly 2 cards not named that have different names, sure. If you do, reveal those cards. An opponent chooses one, put the chosen card in your hand and the other in your graveyard. Well, the trick here is to either get your 2 best spells or 2 pieces of removal, so they have to give you 1. Yeah, bomb plus raise is a great reason not to cut the raise the Draugr spell. So then maybe I do need to just give up on Skull Raid, because I got to give up on something. I like the potential of Skull Raid in sealed, but we got to make some cuts. And we don't want to cut creatures. So it's kind of like, I'll put my candidates over here. Like we could cut a Rune. Rune is just nice because it replaces itself. I guess, do we have any First Strike? Sometimes there's combinations with Death Touch that are just excellent, but we don't really have those here. So I could be talked into Rune and Skull Raid. Oh, there you go. There's the combo, right? But we cut the mob, so let's go ahead and do, yeah, way down is another option. We have interaction here. This is quasi removal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thing is, we only have 4 hard removal spells. We've got way down, poison, demon, and squash. And then we have counterspell and some bounce. So I don't like cutting the way down because we don't have as much removal as we would like for a Grixis control deck. So let's cut Skull Raid and the Rune and see how this plays out. And give me a clever name. I am going to keep the 17 for this deck. We got, and I do like the Invader. Having some big end here makes sense to me. We have way too much red. You guys come up with a clever name while I get the mana fixed here. 1, 2, that's 3. Is 3 enough? And then blue, 5, 6, 7. Black, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7, 7 on blue and black. So we definitely need at least 8, 8 for our core colors anyway. And then we are figuring out what we want. We have a Poison the Cup that wouldn't mind a second black source early. So let's nudge it towards black. Then we have 9 black, we have 8 blue, we have 3 red. 983 seems okay. Cup only needs 1 black, but it's nice. You know, I got to come up with a reason. I mean, Scott, you tell me why blue then, right? I guess Giant's Amulet is a reason for blue. We need double blue here. But they both need double black up here. But like at this point, it tends not to matter as much. That's true. We could actually just up the red by 1. Although we only have 3 cards we're splashing. Steiner just wants to say no Grixis. You want to cut the red entirely? We do have enough blue, black that we could be disciplined and cut the red. But yeah, we do want to splash at least the Tibalt possibility. So we're going to play these snow covereds anyway. Let's give this a try. And I like the idea of 1 more red. We'll embrace the splash instead of cutting it, but I don't hate the idea of cutting the red splash either. Steiner is suggesting that, and I think it's a totally reasonable thing to put on the table. But I'm going to be greedy and see if we can have some fun with it. Six, 6, 1 is going to be our mana. Anybody come up with a good name? I wasn't looking. Yeah. That's good, but too spoilery for YouTube. How about easy, not easy? Because first we thought easy red-black. Then it turned out not to be so easy when we took a closer look. Looks good to me. This is best of one, right? So I'll throw a par poll out there for you. All right. Nice keep. We can afford to play this on one. And I think we just want a Berserker. We're not going to do this hammer yet. We'll see if we can find a second red even. Maybe we'll just cast the God. With the excuse me, with the Foretell there, you can make a case for holding up the stroke as opposed to poisoning the cup. I'm gonna start with an attack. I kind of like holding up the stroke. If they go for casting that Foretell spell, it's probably 4+. The other thing, but what else are we doing is the thing. I mean, I'm foretelling the cup or holding up the stroke. I suppose it's still worth foretelling the cup. You're right. We'll get something big later with the stroke. All right, look at that. Double red. It's our splash, but we got there. Tiralf. Yeah, let's just play Tiralf and say beat it, right? Seems reasonable. With Poison the Cup ready to clear the way. Of course, they need to block for it to actually do its thing, but it could happen. Oh, it's non-combat anyway. Sorry, excess non-combat. So what we need to do is find some of our... Find the red burn, or else it's really just a 5/4 trample for 4, which is still fine, but... Realm is interesting too. Now if they go for the block, we just utterly blow them out. This could be sick. Hang in there. Hold on. Sickness incoming. And we could poison and kill, or depart and count. We can't counter either of these on the way back down. Yeah, let's bounce. I like bounce. And we want to bounce the bigger thing. And then we even get to hold up stroke this way. Say, we held up stroke and poison. So this is a nice little pair to have ready. I don't know what that does, but we're going to stroke it. If you stroke it, you don't have to read. So pretty good then, huh? Sorry, Oppo. See? Stroke first, read later. Top level magic. Yep. That's Billy Squire, right? Maybe it's not. Who is that? Is that Billy Squire? Oh, Billy Squire has a famous song called "The Stroke," but it's a different one. Maybe I'll do a stroke week on starting soon. Song of the day. Keepable. Not great, though. Stroke's not going to get anything on 2. But maybe we find something to do on 2. I think we got to keep, though. Mistwalker on 3 is nice D, even if we don't manage to do anything on 2. But we have a lot of outs with all the Foretell. Foretell just feels like half your deck is an out to a 2-drop. That is not an out to a 2-drop, but... yeah, the strokes could easily be part of Stroke Week. I'm gonna max the man. Well, let's Thought Thief ourselves. Now that I know what this card does, I like it looking for land here. And would like to find some extra blue and our red splash, but also not gonna just bin the thing that I'm looking for. Gotta keep the land on top if it's what we want. We at least get Berserker hold up stroke. Speaking of inscrutable, difficult to read cards, we have Cosmina. Cosmina every time. That's going to get me. Cosima. So, a lot of reading there, but basically, Jake here can exile Cosima, and then leave it exiled, build up counters turn by turn, and then return it to the battlefield and draw cards equal to those counters. And it gets +1/+ counters equal to those counters. So we want to kill it. We can't really do that right now. We could attack. I bet they wouldn't block. It's such a valuable card, but... let's see if they send Cosima away. Yep, bye-bye. Go on your voyage. The god is on a voyage. Just sits there generating value until they bring it back. You can be countered, not with our Disdainful Stroke, unfortunately, but getting it countered before it hits the battlefield is the dream. But that's a big ask. There's not a lot of things that do that in the set. There's the uncommon or whatever, the Foretell. Really, job one is to try and get him dead before it matters. That's going to be a tough call, but at least we get Mistwalker, Disdainful Stroke here. Trouble is, Ice Hide is going to start being a good defender, but we're going to get going in the air. Hopefully we win in the air. Sometimes they draw 1,000,000 cards, and none of them help with the problem they have, right? So that's our other hope, is that it's like, yep, congratulations, you died with a bunch of cards in hand. Yeah, 1 more mana until Bomb Town. We get to play this Invader. Oh, wait, sorry. This Burning Rune Demon. Kind of like that they're racing. That's fine with me. I was unhappy that Troll was going to make it impossible for either of our ground creatures to attack. So maybe they've got a blocker coming. Usually you don't see an attack like this from a good player unless they've got a really nice follow-up plan. But actually, I'm just going to stroke that. One of the great things about stroke in this format is how it effectively picks off occasional 2-drops because of Foretell. Amulet is fine here. We can't cast any of our big boys yet, but a kicked Amulet seems just fine, although it's not technically kicker, we know that. And they got a couple mana and cards. Are they going to counter this? Can't counter it with stroke. You want a kicker meme for that? Sure. And actually, yeah, let's see. All right. I'm going to remember. Next Changeling. I don't care how rare it is. What's up, oil can? Nice. This cannot be crewed by this troll. And the troll cannot pump. So currently, Draugr gets it done with the troll. And we have a mana next turn so we can start doing this stuff. I'm going to send the Berserker here for extra damage. I don't care. If they want to eat the Berserker, that's fine. Eat the Berserker is practically win the game for us. I don't want to... yeah, I guess I could have moved the Amulet. Yeah, but we have Mistwalker pumps that I was going to use our mana for. Puts him up against it. We left the mythic, or the rare, not even a mythic. We left the rare off on a voyage. Yeah, that's true. That's why Mike and Tron wanted me to stop on 2 in case of bite on the red mana. Did they have a pause? I didn't notice if it paused. So far, let's see. They got the troll up in the air. It can't win combat. Rune of Flight. So we could just move the Amulet over. There's no game-winning play on the demon. Yeah, it's true. Bite would have killed a 2/3 because they had the snow permanence. Good call, Jank. Good call. Anyway, back to... I think we move the Amulet just so the Mistwalker forces the chump from the troll. They have to block everything. But we don't even want to attack on the ground. I think we just want to move Amulet. Yeah, that's true. We could also just... But do you want to attack first? Or do you just want to set up the demon for next turn? Yeah, I guess if we cast the demon, you're right, it does nothing. So, fair enough. Hat liked the force block, but I think this is great. And yeah, we gotta choose our removal now. And then I think with removal, they can't really do much. So we're going to get Poison and Bolt. Submit. Out of Hourglasses had to move there. That might not have been perfect, but let me tell you, it was better than letting that wind to nothing with 0 Hourglasses. Oh, in fact, don't we have, that was silly. Don't we have, like, we have, oh no, that was the other deck. We don't have any of those uncommon face damage, right? Conflating this and the other deck we played today. Asking Jake to come up with a lot to stop us here. Two lethal flyers. Still not enough. With 2 lethal flyers, taking care of 1 is not enough. But if they can take care of the other, which they might, they've got Sculptor of Winter. They have 2 lands available of all their colors, so we are not done with this game yet. Although now they're telling us we are. Yeah, but we have 2 flyers, Jank. 2 1-power flyers with them at 1 life. We know we had removal, right? Because if they activate their snow, it taps it. They could make it indestructible, but that's the whole nature of that weird clause it has. The tap clause is for exactly that scenario, so that you can at least knock it out of the defense for a turn. Yeah, it is interesting to note that if they add activated indestructible with self-tapping, they have really replicated Regenerate in an excellent way. Indestructible is a great innovation for Magic, and with all the caveats of don't do anything to change the past or you'll wreck it all, if I were to go back and give Richard Garfield some design notes on Alpha, it would be to abandon Regenerate and embrace the idea of indestructible. Regenerate is too weird. This is a keep. We have all of our colors, and we have Beholds to start on, so... Regenerate needs reworking. I mean, Regenerate is very flavorful, but Regenerate as a game mechanic is pretty bad. As a Magic mechanic, it's clunky and bad, and it needs something else. I'm gonna Behold, because if we don't draw any land, we're gonna crack our Behold looking for it. Mike says foretell Bolt. I want to foretell lands. How is it bad a mechanic? Because it's a mechanic about regrowing yourself once you are injured, but in order to use it, you need to activate it before you're injured. It doesn't make any sense from that standpoint. Now I like going ahead and doing Behold number 2, and then having, Bolt. Foretell Bolt, and then have Bolt up, or just use it. But they might do something better. This is where, like, it's fun to foretell, but it doesn't really do anything except give us a little bit of extra time to see if we want to. Yeah, they may try to suit up. They may play something even more important. So I'm going to take 2 here. And then kill something before we untap. Or try to. If it turns out the champ was the best thing, fine. But is it? What do we want dead? Champ or Mistwalker? Actually, I think Champ is more trouble for a control deck because it's going to tap us down. Mike says it's more annoying, but is it more annoying for us? I think tapping defenders is more annoying for us. That's true. Amulet makes a defender tap-proof. Yeah, and Mist needs to have mana. I think I'm going to go with my gut, which says we want this dead. And I am going to cast our Behold here looking for mana. We don't want to miss land drops like Oppo. Do we need to leave black up, though? I think we should leave the multicolored up. All right, we need all that land, basically, right? We just want land here, so I'm keeping it. Swamp and set up Jarl or another Behold. Let's do Jarl, because then we can do Mistwalker and Surprising with Jarl on defense. Or, yeah, Amulet. But let's set up Jarl for now. Oppo's stuck on 3. We're going to try and take advantage of that. And to that end, I think I like the Mistwalker play because, well, they may, yeah, Jamulet says no tap, but if what I'm trying to do is set up Jarl. Like what we could do is play Mistwalker, and if they go for a tap, we can bring in the Jarl to eat the champ, trade for the champ. But I'm probably being fancy play. Let's just Amulet. Yeah, it also makes Squash 2 mana. I like that a lot. Mistwalker does the same thing. Mistwalker makes Squash active too, but hard to for this to be too bad to play against a Goldmot champ here. So this is going to do the thing I want now. I think we're going to set this up nicely, because now we're going Mistwalker. And if they... You squash the Walker? Why are we squashing Walker? Yeah, I like... Mistwalker, and then we have Jarl Squash available. You want hit for 4? I kind of like keeping it back to make them do this. Maybe they were going to do it anyway. But I thought this forced the issue. Yeah, we can squash in response, though. Let's make him do it. Because if they don't, if they do something else, then we get to Jarl. And Jarl, it would be amazing to block in Jarl if they would let us do that. Yeah, I guess so, but it was worth it. I thought, I don't know, maybe I'm hoping Oppo does stuff they're never gonna do, and that wasn't worth it. But at least I had my reasoning. And I kind of like him getting aggro, like whatever. We're gonna crack back on him now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We really want to undersea invade. Well, we don't necessarily. We could go Jarl, Blood Sky, and Behold, and have not do this automatically, just have this available. So yeah, I like that. We'll leave all our mana for that. And now we'll Berserk. We foretell the Behold, and now we have Behold and Jarl available for the next turn if we want it. Oh, sorry. I did the wrong order. I didn't read my card. Honestly, guys, I was thinking that this was... where's the other one? You know, the 2/2 common? I thought... I saw black 2-drop Berserker and thought it was the 2/2 common. Early format punts. We'll get over it. Would have been nice too, right? 3/3. That's all right. We'll get there. We'll do both of these next turn if we have to. Although probably Behold into a second spell from the Behold is what will do it. Yeah, should we just drop the Jarl here? I like that. It doesn't do the... Although these are going to block, and Jarl's going to get something. I think we should wait. If anything, we should Behold now. And then look to Jarl 2-spell next turn. Trouble is, Jarl wants to 2-spell after combat, and Berserker wants a 2-spell before combat, so I still think we Behold, though. Stroke? All right. And I still think we 2-spell. Although we may have to do, let's see. How about, oh, this is clever. This is clever. Jarl's an instant, so I can go Undersea Invader and then instant Jarl mid-combat. Oh, yeah, we can do both at instant speed. Right. Ah, that's awesome, sneaky. Here we go. If we can also just not attack with a Berserker this time. What about not attacking with a Berserker and actually getting value from the Jarl? Because if we attack with a Berserker, they're probably going to double it, right? So let's try to get Jarl value. And oop, that was just a UI punt or a sequencing punt. Obviously, I meant to attack with a giant. Well, those are the punts that I forgive myself the most because it's just my finger's not executing what my brain wanted to do. I mainly get worried when my brain doesn't figure out the right thing to do. It does convince them to make that block, though, right? So we got a strong board position here despite my ongoing misplays. Hopefully it's not going to cost us. But certainly they're at a higher life than they should be. Just a lot of little things here are not the way they ought to be for us. White Wrath at least leaves our amulet behind, so that wouldn't be the worst. Now... we get basically free attacks with everything except the Jarl. We can leave the Jarl back Oh, if we attack all, the Jarl is 0 for 1-ing. We're doing it for damage. I mean, we could move the amulet over here. So why don't we move the amulet and then do it? Then it's great. Sometimes I forget this is equipment. Jarl's not a free attack. I mean, they double block it and kill it. It's an 0 for 1. It's an 0 for 1 if we attack with it without equipping it. We have card draw, not a ton of it. We could sandbag the land. I think both of both of the beholds are gone. Just trying to figure out if we're supposed to play this land or not. Little edges. I'm gonna hold. If we had both beholds left in the library, I would hold it, but we don't really have the ability to draw just a ton of cards for a lot of mana, so I don't see the reason to play. Demon draw is a good reason, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've had 8. We could demon draw for a potential 2-drop, like we got the giant removal or something. Yeah, and that's the thing, though. If we do draw a demon, we get to play it, which is the whole thing with sandbagging lands. Usually, if you're not going to get lands with the thing, like, so demon is an interesting point, but we're never going to, like, go fetch lands with it. Whereas the point of playing your lands knowing that you have card draw is that what you don't want is, let's say we had Behold, and we sandbag this swamp, we draw Behold, and we cast it, and we draw a land. Now we've got 2 lands when we could have had both out to get the action going. What did they do? They got the rune up there, 2/5. And do we need to move? Let's see, they got 2 blocks. This pumps for win. That's a lot of defense there, huh? Mike says just pass. Well, I assume you mean play Mistwalker pass. You gonna hold it? Why are you holding it? Oh, for 2 spells. But I'm thinking we might... we're trying to get through for attacks. That's interesting. I honestly am not thinking this... I'm not playing this card very well. I acknowledge that. But it's hard for me not to play out creatures when what I'm trying to do is get around a 2-creature block with them at 7. But that's fair. I don't know if this is a better line, but I thank in chat for pointing out the line that I'm not thinking about. And this is a pumper too, right? Like, these are heck of a threats. They threaten 4 damage each. And now we do that. Yeah, these Mistwalkers do the land thing, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I could play this. So if we draw another land, we get 5 pumps. Good call, Kenyon. I think this is like the homework of the format, right? I mean, look at all these little mistakes I'm making. Some of it is just familiarity with the cards. Like, I'll get better at Bloodsky Berserker when I've played it some more and I'm thinking about it more. But a lot of this is just the tough sequencing that this format presents. Stroke is nice. Unlikely to help us get a 2-spell turn anytime soon. What do we have here? Now we hope that that if they're coming at us with big stuff, we could also move the amulet to a Mistwalker. Well, I'm worried that they have something, but we got to try. Yeah, and they could easily have that common removal spell. There's stuff that could punish us here, but this gets them low and leaves us with a Giant's Amulet back in there, you know, so... All right. This can't pump through here, so then we're looking at... Right now it's presenting lethal, so we just say next and make them do something. Whenever you have lethal, you just make them do something. All right, we got it. Whew, I'll take that one. I know that was a chunky little game there, everybody. Thanks for your patience as I get up to speed on these cards. Free lesson, as I like to call it, Kenyon. Free lessons. Yeah, sorry, Oppo. Not trying to slow roll. I'm first eternally wary of my own punting. Second, I'm streaming. Third, I'm a slow player. It all adds up. Oh, he was. No, I can accidentally slow roll Oppos all the time, though. I feel badly about it because, you know, I don't like it, but I'm not doing it on purpose. Uh-oh, I haven't really read Valky yet either, so I guess I got to read Valky now. But I'm going to keep this. I know, that's why I've been putting it off, Hat. Like, you know, I procrastinate on tough homework, and, like, reading this card, obviously tough homework. But let's start it. All right, the 2-mana side. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent reveals their hand. For each opponent, exile a creature card they revealed this way until Valky leaves the battlefield. And I can pay X to make Valky become a copy of that card, but for a mana cost X. Then the flip side is crazy 7-mana Planeswalker, right? So as it enters, you get an emblem with, you may play cards exiled with it. And then +2 is exile top card of each player's library, -3 exile artifact. So kind of just want to make it to 7 and take over the game if we can. So we're gonna, yes, if we didn't have anything else to do, I'd probably do it. But let's just go ahead and do our easy stuff. And try to build up to the win the game side of the card, yeah. Looking to Thought Thief here. Oh, we drew a land, so it's less important. I was really at only 3 land, was going to for sure do this if we didn't find a 4th. Now that we found a 4th, we could get Mistwalkers going. But Mistwalkers are not doing anything defensively here. We're not defending. And they require pumping to do any sort of thing on offense. So I'm just going to Thought Thief myself here. Exactly. Empty board, put down 3 power as opposed to pump power. Oppo clearly has an instant of some sort. If it's a counter, it would just be the uncommon one, because this isn't Disdainful Strokeable. And then, do we want more land is the question mark. We are trying to get up to win the game card, so sure, we'll keep that. Attack, make them have it, whatever they want to do to this is fine. How good would Valky be as just the front side? An underwhelming rare. It would be an interesting rare, but not a mythic. I think it's the throwing the 2-sided Planeswalker on the other side that makes it mythic. Yeah, Uro is awesome, though. I like that. Udeya noob. I wonder if that was part of its design philosophy. Uro hoser. We are fine trading off this here Thought Thief, so we'll send that in. It already did work for us, and now we could Valky Jarl, but now we're going to keep plotting towards 7 and just drop a Mistwalker here. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know why they bound that one. Maybe they thought, and just in their mindset, this is 2 damage, this is 3 damage. So in a sense, it's the same amount, right? Let's see. Behold is a nice pickup here. We can foretell Behold and drop another Mistwalker. This Outrider is quite large. How did I get... What the... Did I miss something? Why did it... Oh, because it's more right. It's not a Boreal Outrider. I was like, what? How is a Boreal Outrider 6/5? It's like, oh, because it's not a Boreal Outrider. Got it. We are going to actually put away Jarl here and pick off that Outrider. So to that end, I guess I need to... Or I can just wait. I can just leave all my mana open. That's fine. No foretell at all. You want to send the Thief? Yeah, I suppose that would do it, but sending the Thief is too much of a telegraph, I think. I just feel like I like doing it this way because they're much more reliably going to jump in here. And it's true, it's also the Thief does stop the Outrider from attacking this turn. I mean, we're going to give up the Thief anyway to take out the Outrider. I'd rather have the Mistwalker behind than the Thief at this point. Yeah, they could do this thing. But looks like maybe they might be out of creatures? Well, I don't know, maybe they're bad at this game, AJ. Who knows if what they're doing here is correct. But I'm going to give up the Thought Thief. Nice thing about Jarl is we can do it at end of turn, make them spend their mana here. That is rough. But we still can work towards our 7 mana plan. Is before... Well... This... I can still do it. All right, we're getting there. Close to Planeswalker time. We're gonna have to give up something on. Well, they're gonna make some 4/4s, and then they kill some. Then they fight with 4/4s. So maybe we can get this dead in time. We're gonna have to go. Maybe just Behold first. Just straight up hard cast Behold right now. I like that. Like, I guess if we want to be reactive, but then, again, we're just doing it on their turn. So, yeah, Squash is interesting here. We can squash something with 4 power, potentially, and Raise gets us back. I like both of these. It's not land, but... Squash is great. I don't know if how good Raise is, but I'm going to assume stuff is going to die, and we'll keep it. It's at least, at the very least, an insurance clause on Valky, right? And we could even attack. And then we have, if they block, we get to keep them off of 4 completely. I'm just thinking if they're never blocking with this, and they're never blocking with this, and we're going to squash one of the others, I guess we keep this back. I like keeping this one back. Now, Jarl threatens the Outrider, and Squash threatens the 4/4, and there's a world in which they have no 4/4s after all this settles, but I don't think that's going to be what happens. If we draw more removal, though, I will absolutely try to keep them 4/4 free. That's okay for us, because we don't have anything, right? They're not getting us with that, so that's fine. It's just getting big because of the Boreal, but that's okay. Oh yeah, move it, move it, move it. Move it off of your 4-power creature. Yeah! Excellent. Unless they move it back. Which they probably will. I almost want to take this in hopes that they leave the pick on it. I feel like if we kill this thing, they're going to just move the pick back. Oh yeah, and they get it. Well, we don't really care if they get a treasure, right? Yeah, let's kill it. They'll move it back anyway. I don't like planning on Oppo being bad. And we got there anyway. It looks like we get to drop Valky and just exile this thing, and then they're not going to have any 4 power for the final chapter. No attacks. We're staying on D. Raise is so nice. If they don't exile our Tybalt here, it'll enter the graveyard back as a creature side, and then we can raise it. Run ashore. So this is target and top or bottom, and so we can go top or bottom with Mistwalker, and then they're returning their own bears to their hand. Okay. Interesting. We've got some people on top, some people on bottom. I think we want it on top. It's action, although we do have Boreal. Like, we don't need this. I'm going to bottom it. We have one in hand. We have this to cast. This is gonna make this bigger. Obviously got to block here, though. Draugr will help us out anyway. And let's plus. We don't know anything about the top of our library, right? So just do this. How about that? And too bad we don't have, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We got 8 mana total. Seems fine. And what do we want? Disdainful Stroke doesn't get the bear. We probably want something that manages bears, right? Depart. Poison. Or just Bolt. You know, you do. I don't know what I'm doing here. Again, oh, sorry, I was at 1. I thought I had no chance. I thought I had no time left, so I just chose something. If they kill our demon, they can't, okay. It's like, if they kill our demon, they can't attack Tybalt to death, so... And if it dies, we get it back. It was just like, we had a long game plan there that was going to be tough for them to beat. Yeah, 2 gods back, that would be so sick. That was on our to-do list here. Use that Raise Dead to get 2 gods. Well, I said I wouldn't necessarily finish all these games. I'm going to keep going for now. If we rattle off 3 quick wins, I'll play it out. But I'm still not sure we're going to finish this event here. They would not have. As soon as you foretell something, that information would disappear. I don't know if the eyeball disappeared, but let's say if we had a bunch of foretell and the eyeball was on the 1. If we foretell something else, the eyeball on the 1 will disappear. In other words, they stop saying that. They're good about that, is the bottom line. We can keep this, all of our mana, turn to play, some defense, a fine thing to do on 5. You know, with Equip 2, you could make a case for on turn 1 here, but maybe we should, because like we can go Amulet 1, Berserker 2, equip it on 3, and then it's a nice defense against what looks like a aggro approach from Oppo. So I'm going to put this here. I am going to play the Amulet because of Oppo's first play. I've never played an Amulet for 1 mana before. This Giant's Amulet, that is. But in this case, I think it's correct. Oops, not that one. I will try to block the Usher if they offer. All right, they're not offering, which lets us set up. Although now that they have decided not to attack and we've drawn a Mistwalker, I'm a little more on board with just playing the Mistwalker here. They couldn't deal with this last turn, so hopefully the 2 of them provide a nice problem for them this turn. We are assuming we're paired equally. This is somewhere near a 4-0 opponent, and they're playing very low to the ground aggro, which suggests it's like they found an aggro deck in their sealed pool. And when you find a good one, it is a real advantage. Normally, you don't build aggro in sealed because the tools aren't there. But if the tools are there and you can build a good one, it can be better than anything anybody else is doing because you're the only person playing Fun Police. This is an interesting offer. Do they really want to do that? I was going to say, because I'll double block here. If we double block and they kill the Mistwalker, we lose squash, though. So if we want to, like, squash and depart, we should just hold. So I'm going to let him have this 3, or this 4, so that we can keep the squash up. And then we get to squash. These are all instants. I mean, we could just hold all of this. It's somewhat of a tell to hold all of it, because we could move the amulet. We could also move amulet and hold up squash and depart and disdainful. Like, we could hold up everything with protected. You like attack all? What are you talking, Radiantware? What? Attack all, then double spell? But what does that do for us? Oh, you're just joking with me because of the Berserker mistake I made last time? Well, don't careful. I lean on y'all for thoughts, so when you make jokes about play lines, you're likely to just maneuver me right into a punt. Anyway, I'm gonna do the equip is 2, so we can equip for 2 and then hold up one of the 2 things, or we can hold up 2 of our 3 things. Yeah, let's hold up both. I like holding up both here. But we got to decide, we can't let Usher attack or it gets to boast potentially. Guess what we're going to stroke. Although we could just, we could also just squash it, but we'll stroke it. No creatures yet for the way down. I kind of like Amulet, hold up, depart. This isn't an instant. We can't do anything up anyway. You like Misty number 2? Yeah, that's the other option. Yeah, that's true. Let's do that. Good D on this board. Is this any good? I can't figure out this card. I can't figure out if it's like junk or solid. Maybe in sealed it's pretty solid. They're about to, but not really. We'll get them. We can attack them down here. And I think with the Harbinger we can do that. You like swing the 2/2? I guess. I guess we'll take anything on blocks. I just wanted this on blocks on the crackback. Some people like send all. I liked holding back 1 defender for the crackback. That's true. Getting way down means something dying would be okay with us. But I'm gonna pump. They're not blocking anyway, but I only want... maybe I should have done Harbinger, hold, pump. Not pump. But I think we can live without Depart the Realm for a turn, so I'm going to play the Harbinger. But you're right. I do want to trade the Berserker, but I just feel like they're going to be aggressive. We're at 14. Like, let them attack in, and we'll do it on blocks. Because, like, all you wanted me to attack with Berserker, well, like, what if they just take it, and then... Well, maybe you wanted to attack with Berserker and leave back, but like I didn't like attack all. I felt like it left us to too much crackback damage. Doomscar, gonna get him a second spell here and a couple of mana, or a couple of life. Who earns? Yeah, now we got the way online. We could bounce a token, but what are we doing at that point? Just trying to keep them below. Like, we should just weigh the Oracle, and then we keep them below anyway with an attack all, right? Yeah, getting rid of the Spirit would be good, too. But this way we get in attacks. Yeah, maybe I should have gotten rid of the Spirit. I don't know. Maybe that was not right. It is going to keep making tokens, although at some point they run out of 2 spells, right? All right, they're going for this. I think this makes it worth doing the Depart on the Spirit. Make him recast some stuff, kill a token, keep all of our creatures, and so on and so forth. If this were 2/3, it'd be great. We could kill the Spirit instead, but can't do that. Guess I should have played my land. We had gotten in 2 more. Yeah, equip would have been right. Sorry, forgot about the equipment. Loosey-goosey. New set blues. This is where I play like I'm super familiar with the set, and I'm not, and it shows. I mean, I just knew they were going to Wither Crown us again, and I wanted to wait to see where they put it. Maybe I'm supposed to leave that. I mean, yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of, again, defaulted without really thinking. Again, I'm a little off. I've also been playing long today. So I'm kind of just doing stuff, and that wasn't very good because it's better to take 1 and threaten and prevent 2. Like, we take 1 and prevent 2, and instead I took 0, but I'm taking 3, right? So the in the long run, eventually that's going to hurt you. In the short run, should have kept it up. And also we could put the put the Amul on it, be pumpable, and threaten those. So there's something about getting that steady drain that makes me want to sacrifice there, but that was incorrect. Here, though, we can at least send this in. I don't know if that's going to be game swinging. This one is slipping away from us quite quickly here. Again, I also need to remember this. I forget. Raise your hand if you totally spaced that Oppo had a Great Hall of Starnheim in play. Like, I just noticed this. I don't know how long this has been in play on their side, but I just noticed it. Hey, Nerd Girl, welcome. Glad to see you here. Any nice takes on the format so far? What wisdom do you have for us, Nerd Girl? My wisdom is that we should move on to a winnable game. There was no outs for us there. I don't think if we stacked our deck we could have gotten out of that one. I've seen the Elixir be really bad so far. That's the best I've ever seen it be, which is why I'm still working on my understanding of that card. I've seen it in kind of its worst case when it came down, when they really needed board interaction. They were medium low on life. And yeah, they got 2 life a turn, but I was steadily out racing it, and it just did not, it was like so bad, right? But that was just one use case, one situation. So I've been trying to figure out if the upside of that card outweighs the floor, where it's just absolutely awful. And that game showed you some serious upside, right? I mean, but maybe it's a little build-aroundy, and that you really want to be a deck designed to find parity. I'm not going to run that in some random aggro deck, right? But if you're a deck that's looking to win after parity is established, then it seems like a bomb. No blue yet, but with Valky and Jarl and Beholding on Foretell, we can keep this. And we are also on the draw. So we're likely to... We also have both of our a couple of our bombs. Probably go Behold. Maybe Jarl. Actually, yeah, cool. We found the blue, so definitely Behold. Although, actually, Jarl, setting up Jarl in the face of Mistwalkers is good, because often Mistwalkers block. So Jarl now, Mistwalker, then Jarl after combat later seems fine. I'm going to be greedy with Valky again. I really liked heading towards Tybalt on this, if we have other things to do. And since we do, I'm going to follow that plan. Wow, that's actually good. It even, it trades with the Mistwalker. So maybe I'm supposed to just run Jarl out and flash it in to block the 4/2. In which case we could again make an amulet for no, a 1-mana amulet, knowing that we have 3 mana available. Or we can wait, knowing that this is right around the corner for the 4/4. Yeah, let's wait. Let's wait. It's good. It's a nice value play, but we do need to. Oh, yeah, we're saving that. Right. Okay. Thank you for that sub, Garrus. Appreciate it. 8 months. Boo! Got. All right, very important that we found our second blue source, because now Amulet comes down as a 4/5 hexproof on 5, which is going to stabilize us, which makes me want to... what are we doing? We can take another 4 even. If we play Mistwalker, we're not blocking. That's the only reason I was thinking of just doing Behold, but we do get to block next time, so that's fine. Appreciate all these subs. Very nice of you. What's up, noob? Thank you. Gotta tell you, my December subs were pretty below average, but that's December for you. A lot of diminished interest in Magic, and a lot of diminished interest in even like stream watching in December, because everybody gets so busy. So I really appreciate you helping me rebuild in the new year. Craven Hulk. Boy, we need this Giant's Amulet. We need him to not have Pump. This is where, if Oppo is running the Run Amok, we could be in for it. But we're going to make ourselves a 5/4 at least. 5/4 hex, 4/5 hexproof. I'm going to hold the... Is Mistwalker ever blocking? Nah, I might as well attack. I'm like, I'm not blocking with it. And they can't do anything about this until we do block with it, so... Yeah, I guess we've learned about pump. I mean, what can you do? But what are you holding for, Mike? Are you really blocking here? Like, if they, is this gonna make you want to chump? Like, because of this, you would throw the Mistwalker in front of the Recluse or something like that? I mean... No trample. That's all right. Pump is rough, though. Oh, you wanted to run amok safety? That's fair. Looks like it wasn't that one anyway, but that was fair. Okay, we're close to stable. And we get a demon here at least to help. I could get land... I could get 2 land to make sure we get Tybalt next turn. Is that crazy? Burning Rune Demon fetching 2 lands? That feels like... too spineless. This plus removal is good enough. It's not the worst idea, but I think we just go for the removal. And on that front, we could get Squash, Poison. Yes, but the thing is, I expect we're going to get to Tybalt naturally. I'm just going to get those 2 before I run out of time. Yeah, we're doing sealed. So we got obvious choices in sealed. The snapness of this attack makes me think it's another one of these, and makes me think we should let the Svala through and just chump a Recluse. Feels like pump, so I'm gonna do it this way. Oh, that's rough. If they had just stalled out, it would be so much better for us. Now we have Bolt and Chump, I think is what we want to do. We could Valky, but we don't get anything from their hand. So I think we go... In fact, we can go Bolt, Chump, Foretell, and then potentially next turn do Valky and Behold. This doesn't chump? Why doesn't this chump? Oh, yeah, well, if we want to stop 4, it does. Bounce, chump, one of the 2. But yeah, we're going to kill this anyway, yeah. So, but there was a... Well, what are we killing? I guess we need to kill... Because I've been thinking about killing this Vela. Oh, and here, by the way...
Hey, Stella! Can't you hear me yell?
Okay, so then let's do that. We'll go Bolt Recluse. Harbinger. And oh, we could even let's suit up. I forgot to do this last time. Let's suit up. All right, this is now great for us. We might even get the scoop here.
surprises me. Oh, true. You won't miss it.
Blocking all day. Recast Svella. Well, let's do this first, though. Maybe there's something better than Svella. Or at least a land to play.
My pain.
Or we do it all. And 1 point of damage. I'm gonna actually foretell rather than attack. Yeah, Tybalt seems absurd.
Oh, so many painful memories.
I'm doing my speedy play like this game is all but over. Could have even done the Svella this turn. Like, this is all it's just so dumb. Now I'm just trying to figure out how not to lose. And 3 to do this Svella thing. So we could do 3 on Svella and 4 and 3 on Mistwalker. I'm gonna send Harbinger. And oh, did I miscount mana? Oh yeah, we had I counted 6 total, not 7. Oh well. That means makes me want Recruiter instead. But I have what I want. I don't know. I'm using all my mana. I don't know what double spell you would have preferred, but we're doing good here. +1/+1 counter. This is a sorcery, so okay. Another amulet. We have Blizzard Brawl. Do we have the snow? How many is it? 3 or more snow permanents. 1, 2, 3. So the Blizzard Brawl is going to do its thing. But let's start with... Gosh, I'm just... Yeah, let's just steal the pack, mate. Never mind. Again, Tybalt makes a lot of this very silly.
You missed that.
Oh, it's second spell. So if I cast this now, it won't trigger, right? So I should actually wait on this? Seems okay. Seems like we're in a strong spot. Well, Tybalt's just been dumb every time we've played him. Yeah, I mean, you resolve a 7-mana Planeswalker and untap with it, you should probably win the game. All right, let's keep going. Now I kind of just want to hit 7. I'm going to ride this to the end with y'all now. I'm getting a little stiff. I'm an old man streamer, but too good. Got to see how this one turns out. I suppose if nobody's got anything but lands left, yeah, Jim, it's your Millwind Con. Oh, you got to make sure they're under you, right? Because you do it to both players. All right, we've got our Behold and our core colors, so we're going to keep this. Probably go Harbinger on 2 and then have Behold stroke up for 3. Hip hop is dead. Strong disagree, Oppo. Strong disagree. Go listen to some Run the Jewels. All right, so Outrider can't kill it yet. They might get some value out of this. They got snow-covered plain, so white creatures are going to get bigger. But we can stroke something, yeah. So we're going to use double black to Behold Foretell style. Oh, shoot, I did it wrong. Sorry, gang. But we can still use it to cast this. It just means I don't get to counter anything. I just need to Behold before we untap. So I screwed up my sequencing there, but at least not with a punishment that we don't get to spend the mana. No, I didn't. That's right. Don't we want... Oh, it's instant storage. I was thinking this was only Behold, but we got it. It's good. It's good. Never mind. Reading cards. Learning the format. I was thinking this was... I'm so set on this is a Foretold dude that I forgot that it was Foretold Plus. And we can't counter that. Wrong size, but we do get to Behold. Those are not what we're looking for, so at least it's a good scry. Great scry. Found our red. Now what are we doing, though? Almost playing the wrong land. We're going to play our red. I just like to give you all heart attacks. And then sometimes I just actually do give you a heart attack. Wah, wah. 5 mana. 3 we want on the bolt for this thing. Or we bolt the... Do we just want to bolt the Outrider? Because we can bounce this, reset this, and kill the Outrider. I kind of like that. So yeah, to that end, I like Mike's line. Although at instant... Like, there's no need to foretell it. We can just hold it up, right? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is cast. Sorry, you're right. I was thinking it was ETB. But unfortunately, I should have killed it before they had a chance to cast. That was my fault. More new card looking, right? Although, if this is gone when it enters, does it still happen? This is where I don't even know the Magic rules. Like last known info or whatever. All right, they gave us a shot. In case they're going to try and come down with a white creature from here, we're going to kill. And that, yeah, that's not a creature. That's a, and it doesn't have color anyway. But my point is, I'm gonna bolt while the bolting is reasonable. That's why I like Digital Magic. It solves those rules 5, level 5 rules type stuff for you. Well, because of the wording on this card, they are going to get their 1/1 spirit, but I love the value, amount of value we're going to be getting out of this depart. And I do have card draw, so I got to decide if I'm going to use card draw before I play a land. We want the depart available. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total mana for instants and sorceries and stuff. I think I like depart, hold up, depart. Oh yeah, only 1 blue. So, but that's where we go. Behold using our non-blue, right? We're out of red, so let's behold using red and black. And then from here, we kind of do what I'll play the swamp, and we can hold and decide whether we're looking to. We can also do, actually I can do the depart, right? I can even foretell the depart since we have the extra. Bounce now so they can't cruise, says Pablo. That's reasonable too. Yeah, I'll do that. Although they have the 1/1, so they can crew that anyway. Again, I'm making decisions with 0 Hourglass Gang, so just doing that. Does let us have an attack though, and if we're not blocking this, we should, and I'm not blocking that. No? Why not? You want to threaten? But we're not using this. What do you mean we need this? Oh, for the behold? Yeah, okay, so we send the Berserker. I'll send the Berserker only. Oh, right, they can crew on blocks. That's all right. We're gonna. It's all a trick to get them to. We can weigh it down. See, I'm a genius. You all punting me. I still punted. It's okay. And we're going to behold here, looking for land to find us our demon mana. And we really want to find some more blue. Although we have blue here, but... So this would now be our second spell. Not very good on this board. I actually think we send both of these down, given that we're looking for land anyway. We're also going to shuffle soon, so whatever. All right, we found our island. We have Valky on the horizon, as well as Rune Demon. Now, do we want to... Yeah, we want a Mistwalker, and then we still have Disdainful Stroke, even. No, I mean, a yew is a type of tree. We do have blue for strokes right here. But suffice it to say, there is no way, shape, or form that anybody I ever worked with in R&D, in creative, anywhere would be thinking to themselves, hee, I'm going to sneak something anti-Semitic into this Magic set. I've never known, no. Exile is nice. So we're actually going to play Valky and exile this thing. And we could also go Demon. But I think we exile and risk it. If they have removal, they could kill Tybalt is the thing. If they have, like, multiple pieces of removal. But that's a big ask. Can't hold up Stroke. Tybalt's too expensive, but Demon hold up Stroke is definitely an answer, an option. But I like this. Well, they're tanking. That's got to be good. This doesn't help them get to Tybalt this turn, so they need... Like, this needs to be 2 pieces of removal to even threaten Tybalt's existence. And if they do that, we get to go find Bomb and the Return from Graveyard card anyway. So even if they do find a way to get Tybalt into the graveyard, we can get Tybalt back. Or a bomb. We get either, you know, we get return bomb or a fresh bomb. Oh, this is a mythic. Maybe there's some fresh bomminess here. Look at that. I was sitting here talking about no way they could have blah, 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 and then they do. And our Stroke is down too. Whoever wanted the play of Demon hold up Stroke, you had a good idea. So now we cannot stop Tybalt from dying, right? If we chump here... Well, wait. No, we can't. Yeah, Tybalt's just dead. Now, double block... How does that work? Because look, trample... Wait, do we get there? If we double block... Let me do the math. All right, we do here. We can't. Then Horizon Seeker gets it. And if we do this, then this gets it, right? Double block the 3/2 Tybalt goes to 1? Oh, sorry, you guys can't see his loyalty. Let me help you with that. Tybalt's at 2, gang. 2. So if we double on the 3/2, what is that? Oh, you just want to kill it. Do you just want to kill it? But that's fair. We can at least trade for the 3/2. I thought you were trying to save... I thought you were telling me we were saving Tybalt. I'm with you now, though. I should also read this card. Trample Haste. If you would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many. If an opponent would put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, they put half that many. That includes loyalty counters, so let's keep that in mind. But at least a 6/6 straight up blocks a 6/6. So if they don't have any other action, we do threaten to trade it. And we can also just play the Rootless U as a 5/4, but that doesn't... It needs to double block to trade there. And then we have Undersea Invader to get with the Rootless U. Let's see, what do we need? We want, really want black and blue. Oh, I'm so bad at this game when the set's first out. Squash and something. Please? Ah! I gotta get something before it gets me. Ah! Sorry, gang. That's just new format timers. New format timers. Bummer. Thing is, we're not even that bad shape. Problem is now we don't have Disdainful Stroke up. Well, unfortunately, that's the rules. The rules is you can fail to find. So I think it's correct. It's correct for it to say I failed to find rather than randomly choose something for me. No, I'm just using them up because this game is complicated, hard, and I'm learning this set while streaming and failing to read and blah blah blah. I've gotten a lot of free lessons today. We're going to see if we can keep the free lessons flowing, though. Amulet requires 2 blue, so if we were to play it, we would not have the stroke available. Oppo is holding, though, so I like Rootless You, hold up Disdainful Stroke. That's going to be my play here. We could swing Demon. We do have a double block on the ground creature, it's true, so I like that. Let's swing Demon first, then, if we're going to do that. And I think we can. With the stroke up, we can do that. There are some under 4 mana that could get us, but I think we have a lot of action against the things they could do here. And we do need to get him dead. Hoping to double block and stroke their 4+ mana interaction. But yeah, I've really butchered this game. If we lose, it's really because of my butchering of it. Obviously, not getting one of our top 2 cards from the deck off the demon is a minor punt, little thing that hurt us. I'll go back to this view until we have a Planeswalker out again. Yeah, I'm doing it all with a smile today. Sometimes I get salty when I play this like this, but it's new set. I gotta forgive myself. Just try to learn. Take away lessons from the many mistakes I'll make early in a format. All right, they're not attacking. That's good. And we're close to having Stroke and Amulet, but I still want to keep Stroke up at all times here, so I'm not going to Amulet until until we have 3 blue available. Yeah, that's making it seem like Iron Verdict, the chump here, but we can... But we can't counter it, but we can live with it. No, if it's a verdict, they need to chump, because now they put it to 5 and they can finish it off. But they're chumping almost regardless, so it might not be it, but I think it's a great read. Yep, there it is. Hopefully they go for, like, the green fight spell, because we could stroke that. Hey, friend, we were just talking about you. Demon Berserker, God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Just making sure we could do it all, and we can. Might produce a scoop. What? I don't know if the demon is way better. It's hard to argue anything is way better than an active Tybalt. That's true. That's absolutely true. So is it rounded up or down? Let's see. I forgot about that, honestly. Rounded down. Okay. So Tybalt can't -3. So I'm going to hold on it then. And we will go with the Amulet play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we still get Amulet, Giant, and Stroke. Now I understand why you were down on the Tybalt play. Or now I remember, I should say, given that I specifically talked about it earlier but have completely forgotten. Yeah, you're right, but you can understand my line if you had forgotten about that rules text, right? But once we get these two on board for defense, this is going to be fine anyway. Tybalt on 2 loyalty plus 1 loyalty to get to 3 and get some things to cast. Let's see, this doesn't increase power, the amulet, so we can't make this thing big enough to trade. Vandal coming for our artifact. We still have the blocks we need, we just don't have hexproof anymore. Well, if I lose this game, it'll be one of my more embarrassing losses to have basically cast a Burning Rune Demon and potentially Tybalt twice. If I cast Tybalt twice in a Burning Rune Demon and lose, I kind of almost want it now. Bring it, Magic Gods. Bring the pain, the humiliation. I'm in a good mood today, so I can handle it. Interesting spot, because we do have the pump on the Mistwalker that says, activated Mistwalker says we can, yeah, Mammoth Growth 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And Mammoth Growth is +4/+4. Well, we're definitely blocking with everything regardless. No triple block, says Mike. Why not? Mike, you're the only one saying no triple block. Why don't you want this protection against pump? Can't beat Onslaught? What can we beat? Are we beating anything with this? This is where I don't have time to go look up instants in the format. All right, enough of my go-tos are... can we beat... I can't remember if we can beat Mammoth Growth or not. That's my problem, but I'm gonna do this. Uh-huh. Still would have gotten us, but see, we should have triple blocked. No, we could have. Those of you saying couldn't beat that, if they exile any one of these and we pump the Mistwalker, we actually do beat that. So don't say we couldn't beat that. I decided to not triple block, but we absolutely could have beat that. So we are just finding ways to lose with some of the best cards in the format here. Yeah, that was brutal. When I'm more familiar with the format, I'd be able to make that triple block call better. I just didn't know the instance and didn't even have time to look them up. So we got to amulet at least. I think we are just dead, but we'll go 2-1. Can I look at this, please? Jesus. At least let me look at the frickin' card, Magic. Alright, I think we are just dead. Well, if I want to right-click it, I was trying to right-click it to bring it up here. So when I say click on it, that's what I mean. I was trying to right-click it to bring it up, and it was not. Yeah, I'm going to say, look, I lost with some powerful cards, but the nature of the early format, I mean, I lost to timeout. I lost to digital Magic, right? Like, maybe if we successfully get the Burning Rune Demon, and maybe if we successfully get the card, like there's two major plays. One of them was the UI thing, where I just didn't get 2 cards from the Demon, but also failing to get the Demon instead of Valky was a big mistake. And do we have any ways out? I don't think so. We got to try here. Or that does nothing. We do this. Oh, this can't be blocked. Protection from God. Oh, because this is Mistwalker's a god, of course. But this is we're technically not dead, right? They must have a trick, but we can't. I mean, they have this one, right? We know about this one. Are they just going to save this? Maybe that's all they're trying to do there. So maybe we just chump here. We do this and this. Or no, wait. I got it. No, this is. I think that's it. I think we're just dead. Oh, right. Double counters. Yeah. Well. They could have killed us and chose not to. We're still so dead. Yeah, all right. Well, humbling game. I'd like to see that game, even with my mistakes, I'd just like to see us have the time to go find 2 cards with our Demon. I think one removal spell extra there obviously does huge things to that game. So we go get two removal spells, take out the Vorinclex doubler, and then we're back online. So I really think that failure to find, and my big mistake there was I knew that if I ran out of time, I just didn't have time to think it through, honestly. Like, knowing that I was running out of time, I clicked on the Jarl, and if I had just said, no, don't click on anything but removal, find removal and get it. Yeah, we could have done the Demon hold up stroke play. There were a lot of ways to win that game. So I'm just going to be humbled. Humble loss. Played powerful spells and lost to my own ineptitude and newness in the format and complexities of streaming. So it goes. Oppo going first. Looks like we have to throw this back. Show me the swamp on top and we keep, but we don't have it. Can't do that, so we'll keep this though. Need the Behold to recover. We don't have any creatures yet, so I'm gonna ship the Way Down over the Squash, for example. Yeah, their Mythic lined up well, but they never should have had it. I mean, like, I should have killed that Mythic. That's the big frustration of that mistake, of that timeout. Without the timeout, we kill the Mythic, and then that game is ours. Partly, Pablo, is that it's early in the format. I mean, if I'm going to beat myself up over early format mistakes, I mean, you're just going to beat yourself up a lot. Attack in, and since we have a 4th land, I'm going to set the bolt up for possibility. Quite the tell, though. Anybody paying attention should know that I have Demon Bolt exiled when we pause on one mountain. Yes, it could be the shock in hand, but it's pretty telling that I manually tapped to leave up a red, you know? So what do you think? Are we killing the ship or the recruiter? I mean, we keep the crew dead. We don't really care about the ship is the thing, but this could find him land. Squash helps out with that in a little bit. Yeah, crew 3, no easy thing. Well, that's why I'm doing it. We got to decide now, because we can't let this attack if we're going to kill it. Recruiter can't get it back. I'm going to kill it. I don't want them to ramp. And we have Giant Amulet about to come down and punish a recruiter. And right now they have nothing to recruit anyway. And with Jarl, we can potentially set up an ambush. And that means I need to leave up. I'll leave up this mana. Leave it up all. Do you want to attack, Mike, or do you want to trade Berserker for a Recruiter? The thing about they might kill the Berserker, so we could just trade Jarl for the Recruiter. Yeah, that's ideal. The reason to do it, the reason I'm even thinking about it, obviously Jarl is better to have on board than a 2/2. But if they come up with removal for the Berserker, well, I guess we still have the Jarl plan, right? So that's fine. But also, this is 2 damage, so there's that. If we thought we were racing, it might be important to... But we're not the racing deck. We're trying to be the control deck. We've got removal, hexproof, and card draw, so let's be control here. Yeah, Village Rights is just good for them, and that's what it is. Actually want the Recruiter dead more so than the Rare. This gets stuff back, whereas Recruiter... or Broken Brow is... I say Broken Brow. I have old friends whose last name was Broken Brow, so it's hard for me not to see this and say Broken Brow. Oh, you want to do Jarl too? Yeah, we can do Jarl too. Sure. But oh, it trades afterwards. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay. Almost screwed up again. Yeah, no Village Rights is good to know. Jarl blocks the Broken One. I'm going to behold hard cast because we want to find land. And we don't want all of that land, though. I think we just want 1 for now. Let's get the... Blue is what we end up needing a lot of, so let's keep the island. Could even play that, but I don't want to. We'll get a giant out of it. And I am going to make them have something and threaten to block with the Jarl again. We want to go long here. They're red-black aggro. We want to go Grixis control. The aggro is better than it was in Dominaria, but the control decks are about equally as grindy. That's fine with us. They're not adding pressure. I mean, they get some cards, which is probably good for their long game attrition battle against us, but we should be able to win that battle. Can play this and 2 spell, or we can just amulet for a big giant. Interesting that they don't want to attack us. So I'm going to start with an attack, see if they want to do anything about Yarly Brown here. Yeah, and that's great. Great point. Next turn, heck, could 3 spell next turn. Because we get Berserker into Squash or Berserker into Behold if we get a land. Or we go Berserker, Foretell, Behold, Squash. That'll do it too. Zombie. Interesting that Zombie. Usually it's all about Berserkers in the old red-black. But I like... We found land, not the kind we wanted, so I just like Berserker into Squash on the Pretender, assuming that they're going to get their Pretender up in strength. And are we doing anything... We play this and then attack, and if they double block, blow them out. I guess Jarl can stay back because they can just block with the priest and that doesn't do anything. Oh, Oppo. Good game. That was a telegraphed play on our part with the pre-combat Berserker. So yeah, they shouldn't have blocked there, but Magic's hard. And also I've tempted the Magic gods by cockily giving Oppo a verbal GG here. I've set myself up to take an embarrassing loss number 2. But I sure like our board spot right now. Pretty good as far as large things go. That's a 6-4. We do have a 4-5 on defense. I like sending in the 4-5 and then moving the amulet if we want to from there. Although we can we 2-spell here? We can't really 2-spell, but we might be able to if we behold. So I kind of like behold and see if we find something to cast. Because then this is a good attack. Ooh, Mistwalker qualifies. We'll keep the Mistwalker and ensure our double spell. Hey, we found another one of our nice cards. But I'm going to hold off on that and just do the Mistwalker play here. And then now we get a nice double attack. Got to take that offer. Yeah, just a dumb rare. Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between the dumb rares and the dumb mythics. Here's a dumb mythic. Or are you talking about my dumb mythic? This could be the dumb mythic you're talking about. So many rares and mythics flying around, and many of them are dumb. You gotta be very specific when you say dumb mythic in a board state in this format. Hopefully Oppo scoops and I don't have to figure out how to use this card. Good time zone, New Brew, welcome. Nice raise, look at that. Some good stuff. Let's see if we can get him dead before that matters. Another amulet is something. All right, now I gotta read this stupid thing. All right, we can play a hammer and we can equip it. We can't do the unattached part though. So if we play the hammer, it's not doing much yet. Although we could make this attack through. We could basically attack for 10. Mike just likes end of turn giant. Yeah. Putting him to 1 is pretty okay. You're not wrong. Oh, only +3 if legendary. Thank you for reading my cards for me. That answers that question then, doesn't it? I'm with Mike. We are going to attack with the giant and hold up Undersea. You say swing both? He's just going to block. Why do we want to swing both? What am I missing? Are you going to kill it afterwards somehow? Make him block? That's fair. I just figured they were never going to do anything except chump the Jarl. But if Jarl's not blocking anything, it might as well, right? If we're not going to use Jarl to block, it could have attacked. Wasn't going to change much. Now then, 2 big fellers. Everything is must block. Now, we could... Yeah, they can't really take any 2, so Jarl's going to get through, and the others are forced chumps, and they get to choose which of these they want to trade with. That's fine. We'll just do that and figure out our play after. Nothing we can do to, like, win the game here on this turn that I can tell. One snow-covered land, so they effectively have a... Oh, this is sorcery speed, though, so they can't even -1/-1. Hey, look, I remembered what a card did. I didn't even have to read it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have amulet for 5 plus hammer. But the hammer... I guess then the hammer can go to face. Yeah, so then we get to... we do have the red for the hammer next turn. Okay, I like that. Just gotta make sure that Auto Tapper doesn't get us. And Auto Tapper is leaving us with the red to do it. Thank you, Auto Tapper. Yeah, 4 and 3, another fine play, Jim. This going to face, though, is quite relevant and is what Mike is on about. Like, with them at 3, just everything becomes lethal with the hammer out. And with the hexproof, they can't even interact with the things that we can make it lethal on. No, I think I thought Jim meant cast the 5/4, but maybe that's another play. Yeah, Mistwalker plus Hammer would also do it. But you don't need to like equip it or anything this turn. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. All right, we got that one. Deck was doing silly things that time. Bomb-filled deck, certainly capable of silly things. This is the kind of pool you want from a sealed pool. Maybe not the kind of pilot you want from a sealed pool, but this is definitely kind of the pool you want. I think this format is going to make me look silly a lot until I get very comfortable with it. There are enough hammers in this set to do a hammer time meme. We can probably come up... There's probably like 4 hammers, right? In the art, in the names. Let's see, we got the hammer time meme. I like my world party meme. Way down now. Way down now. I gotta put my son back to work. Lord knows I'm not making a meme. I gotta make my son do it. All my axes live in taxes. Let's see. I instinctively... Yeah, this is a keep. Sorry. Chatting with chat, not playing Magic. Rubber match, 6 and 2. There is nowhere else to go on this train. I'm gonna be Giant Amulet greedy here and save that. Yeah, that's why I'm having, you know, you've seen me get pretty salty when I'm playing badly or having some rough luck, all that stuff, but I had to let all that go early format or I'll just drive myself crazy. Got Thought Thief on 3, that's nice. Recruiter on 4, also nice. Amulet on 5, extra nice. So we're trucking along here just fine. In our best world, we don't even bother casting that Behold for several turns yet. Wouldn't mind finding a red source of land on top of our library that would get us to Amulet on 5 and complete our mana. Depart the realm, not land, so we're ditching it. I want to keep the land flowing right now. I want to make it to 5 without having to cast a Behold. Well, I'm streaming for so long, my house is like extra cold now. I feel sorry for my family. Sorry, family! We'll turn the heat on soon. Maybe I'll make you listen to my furnace rumble for the final... Oh, my furnace is literally 6 feet away from me, and if I turn it on, we spend all stream telling people what the furnace is doing. Absolutely blocking here every time. We got a Raise Dead, we've got a Recruiter, and... Yeah, it could be a lot worse in terms of outside weather. Thanks for sticking around for the extra long stream, those of you who have stuck with me. Maybe some of you have shown up late being like, what's Ryan doing streaming right now? Isn't he off the air by now? Having too much fun, I guess. That's one of our bombs that we're marching towards, but I'm going to continue to... Like, I could behold here, and then if we don't find a land, we could even behold again. But I like Recruiter and take our chance. There's a good chance we draw a land on top and get to go Giant Amulet, and even if we don't, fine. Then we go Behold and foretell the other Behold, so it's fine. Let's just play the 3/3. If they attack into it, we learn something about their hand, because there's no way they attack into a 3/3 without tricks. Unless they're quite the bluffer, but I don't see the value in bluffing there. Zombie Rogue, Zombie Cleric. So if this does die, we can raise dead both our creatures in the yard. It's true, you're right, Kenyon. Would you do it, though? There's value in it, but would you? I just don't have... I don't put most people on coming up with that there. Like, you can reason that it's possible. I just think the risk-reward is too much. But here, I'm just going to play the amulet. We found our land. Oh, I feel that, Kenyon. But would you do it? Knowing that it's not necessarily correct. Hard to say without seeing Oppo's hand, right? There are reasons to do it or not do it based on what you've got behind. So we probably don't even really have all the information to determine whether any of us would do it in Oppo's spot, because we don't know what those 4 cards are. Or what's in the deck. Could be they've got so many of these going on that they're the risk is almost nothing. It's like, I need to use these anyway, so I'll throw away this Gladewalker, and if it doesn't work, or if it doesn't work, I can use the raise, and if it does work, I get 2 damage.
Hey, Stella! Can't you hear me yell?
I keep promising this one for changelings, and so I'm going to do a delayed changeling meme. All right, we have ETB tapped land, so I gotta slow my roll here and figure this out. I'm gonna cast the Behold main phase, looking for red tap land. Mistwalker. Yeah, I'm gonna send all this looking for red. Badoom. I'm proud of myself. I stopped myself from playing a basic land knowing that there might be a red source to go find to set up turn 7 Tybalt, and I did it. I had the discipline to not play my basic land on instinct and to then go do the digging to find the red source. Gosh, we also got Berserker that just hit the battlefield, so I can play this one.
Come on, Berserker, girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Yeah, let's see. Svella at 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I think we gotta get. Svella's a problem, but if we -3 Tybalt, then it's gonna die. But we do have Raise to get Tybalt back. So I think we need to go ahead and make a... Well, we could also dig for removal, but that's dangerous when we actually have removal. So we just use the removal we have here. Reading pause. I mean, shatter / reading. So that's so.
Kaldheim to its knees.
If we don't take Svella, we assume that Svella may try to attack to try and get Tybalt, but I don't. They just won't do that. They'll just use Svella and try to find something on top. So we're just gonna do the plan. I'm gonna exile Svella. Can't let him Golos, as Hat is saying.
Mine.
And now Tybalt's gonna die. But Tybalt is we're gonna get back Tybalt with Raise the Draugr because it will go into graveyard as a creature. Even if they didn't have Menace, they could Suicide in, but the Menace is gonna get it done without having to give up creature. Right now, only one god to get back at this current point in the game. It's a very specific emblem. It's not like it does something if they immediately kill Tybalt. Well, I guess it does because you get the Ice Shaper. You get the one thing, right? So it's like a 2-for-1 no matter what, which is fair, for a 7-mana Planeswalker. Like a guaranteed 2-for-1 is okay. And yeah, the fact that I can cast Svella even if they get Tybalt, right? That's the other key. Hey, Lola Man, welcome, Lola viewers. I'm on late today. We are on the final game of a 6-2 sealed deck. We've got quite a few bombs in this deck. Although in sealed, I'm finding that everybody does. But our primary bombs here are Valky, the 6-mana demon that tutors up your best 2 things, and the Red God are all in this deck. Yeah, we're going to play Berserker first. Be smart about this, Ryan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can't get Tybalt back on board this turn. So we're going to go start with Berserker. Thank you, Luca. You have a good rest. And, oh, Luca coming here reminds me that, a.k.a. Just Lola Man, is going to do another Streamer Showdown. So we have another Streamer Showdown coming up. And we can do this. And then we can just Behold and the Berserker.
Come on, Berserker. Girls think sexy.
My love for you is like a truck berserker.
Oh, what, I should actually look at what this saga does. Oh, is this the this is the Berserker one? Okay, certainly Berserker Saga. So we're gonna hold this back. Yeah, let's raise at end of turn. So they're gonna get some cards here. 3 cards available. But if they do, we got some blocks, so they got to throw away the creatures they do have to get some fresh ones. Could always get Draugr, couple of zombie clerics, or a couple of zombies. Oppo in the tank. Maybe Oppo has abandoned us and let us have our final win. I'm starting to read chat and getting interested in that, and I'm losing focus on the game. I need to focus on the game so I don't punt this away stupidly. A lot of snow showing up. That's 4 snow mana, so Oppo's probably doing something with snow here. Some snow bonus. Is it that rare pay with snow thing? Just pumping the Draugr a million times? Yeah, Blessing of the Frost, that's what I was saying. Should we... Then draw cards. Yeah, okay, this is... We can fade this, I believe. It's a lot of cards and a lot of mana, but we're gonna get some cards of our own. They still need to trade off some stuff to attack here. Yeah, no menace on Draugr is big, so I'm okay with this. Oh, now Draugr's big. Could still trade there, though. Let's see what they bring in with. And I like what Mike is saying. I think we want to try and 1-for-1 for that token. And... or trade for the token. Oh, this is tough. This is not easy. Because it's a lot of toughness. There's a 6 of 4 coming. And we can put a 4 on the 4, but then we don't have 6 behind to take out the token. Yeah, let's gotta eat the 2/2 and then take out the token, right? And then we can at least Tibalt away the Draugr and then be in a pretty good spot. This just gives them mana. Chapter 3 gives mana. I may have a crap ton of cards, so that could be a problem, but at least we're technically stable. Masked Vandal. Oh, it gets our amulet. That's not bad, but it's not the worst. Doesn't gets rid of some hexproof, but it's all right. Yeah, they assumed we were going to grow the 3/3 into bigger than the 4/4 in one turn, and they're not wrong either. Although they're, I mean, not next turn because we're planning to Tybalt here. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can even behold, or even like. But we'll just we'll start with Valky and hold the behold. Oh wait, I can't even. I'm like trying to hold up all my mana. Meanwhile, I can't do that. I just let it auto tap.
And away you go.
Oh, we can even. Oh, we can't play that now because we don't have the mana for it. We'll hold. Trying to protect Tybalt here with the no attacks. That's a good point. Could have Svella, but we'd lose Svella as a blocker. I kind of like having Svella as the blocker. Non-land permanent. I believe a annoying Planeswalker qualifies. Wow. Still got the emblem though. We still get to cast the Draugr.
Don't try to follow.
Yeah, this is a great card. I mean, normally it's not getting Planeswalkers, but it's just nice to have an answer to anything. And, you know, we're in the 6-2 bracket here. We're going to face great stuff from Oppo, no kidding. Looks like they're just Grixis control. But we got some action coming. We got some action coming. Not Grixis? Oh, sorry, Jund. Yeah, my bad. Jund control. I know my magic slang. Shut up. Bottom the mountain, but keep the bolt. There's one of our big bombs. What's this going to do elsewhere? Forest and Death Touch. You can bolt the bear. You can also get Svella going. Blessing way down. They have no creatures in yard. So Necromancer doesn't actually do anything right now. But if we bolt something else, it does, right? So we need to kill this if we're going to do it. We can also just go to play the Burning Rune Demon. Jarl is interesting too. All right. Demon. Yeah, it leaves up Bolt too. Svella's not going to find us anything better. Well, I got timer this time. At least I have a timer. I won't time out this time. Yeah, let's get removal. Right? Should we just get removal? We got a couple pieces of removal in here. I'm gonna do that. Well, just in time to save one, but we had a whole other one is my point. I wasn't actually going to rope out, like, past the turn rope out. Yeah, for newcomers from Luca's stream, I had no hourglasses and cast a demon and failed to find my 2 cards in time, and it just passed the turn on me. It was rough. Let's... I'm gonna do this. They don't even know about it. And gonna end. Now we have Bolt and Squash available. Could have done Jarl too, but again, Rope was going down. It just kind of foretold something. I think so. But it's an interesting thought. Just get stuff we don't want and we thin the deck. But I think just pulling removal and being sure we like burning Rune Demon. If it said you draw your second best removal spell and a good card goes to the bottom of your library, that would be amazing. $15 to $16 on the decking front. Those of you talking about that. That is squashable. Probably need to squash the big one and then bolt the recruiter. You don't like it? Gotta do something here with this, right? I gotta do this before we untap. Mike, I don't know what Mike is saying not yet too, but I'm gonna do what makes sense to me, which is kill the big thing and then kill the recruiter. And then 9, we can even Svella here. Oh, we don't. Do we need? No, we don't have the. We need to make more. We need to make the artifact tokens so that we can actually do Svella. So we'll do an artifact token, Draugr, and foretell the Jarl. And let's see, do we swing? It's pretty risky to swing. I'm going to stay back because they do have a bunch of death touch. That's a good point. So I'm not going to block with it, so I should swing. So we just want to put 4/4 in front of 5/4 if offered, and potentially Jarl, or put like Draugr to offer a trade. Like, I'm just offering a bunch of trades here. I'm going to be super paranoid. Like, I don't want to lose to Pump, so I'm basically blocking everything, flashing in Jarl and saving Svella, and making a artifact at the end of turn. If we let 1/1 through, we might be just accepting losing to Pump, though. Do we really want to do that? They might stay back if they don't feel like they can win and that we are threatening quite the crackback, right? 3, 4, 5. Ah, they're doing it. Okay. Hey, Samuelin, welcome. A lot of raiders going on here. I'm going to send you all on somewhere else soon, but happy to have you in the meantime. We got to play Jarl to block now. And got to decide what we want to die. Let's see, probably taking 2 at this point and double blocking the big one. Kind of like double block here, take 2, and make this fella rock and see what we find on the untap. That's what I'm going with. I had to play Jarl block if I wanted to trade, if I wanted to kill the spirit and keep Svella alive. Yeah, that's true. You're right. But I'm double blocking with Jarl, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't want Svella to die. That's the thing. We still might die to pump here, but... Oh, am I not reading? Yeah, that's true. Right. So we chump and then it still works. Fair. Sorry. Magic's hard. So now we got to stay back on D and... Or maybe we Svella and C? What if we just Svella right now and see what we end up with? Ambush. We do get to make a giant if we... Or it's not ambush. We can't amulet. We can make a giant. Let's make the amulet giant as opposed to the tapped giant. Mike says 5/6, but if we get the amulet, we can kick it and we get a hexproof. Yeah, we get a hexproof amulet. So, ironically, we paid 8 mana to cast something for free. What did we choose? Our 1-drop. Now with that, I'm actually gonna... They didn't show pump, so I'm gonna assume they don't have it. And I'm gonna play around them not drawing it and start trying to get them dead. Yeah, we can't mess around protecting 3 life and not dropping theirs by 6 a swing. Got to try and get theirs gone before ours is. And if they come up with a pump off the top here, we played to the best percentage we could find. Be great to get 7 wins through all the mistakes I've made today. It's been a very humbling day of new Magic streaming, you know, new set streaming. But we are on the verge of 7 despite that. That would be sweet. Yes, not quite black or white points out that we could have waited. But I felt it was so sure we would find something to block with. And it's just possible that we find stuff that's relevant. Like, I'm going to do it again because we might find something that wins us the game. Play that. And let's see. We even have play that. Oh, it used red, though. I guess it had to. But we can put the... Oh, this isn't a legend. Oh, just when we needed a legend. We can put it here. The demon is not a legend. But, yeah, let's just play the beefy dude then. Maybe it was still worth it, but Hammer to face is lethal next turn. But we didn't have lethal this turn. Yeah, this forces a chump as well, and we get an extra defender. Yeah, I've got to move this amulet. Guess we want it on our god. They are going to make a dragon next turn, but it shouldn't be enough. It doesn't have haste, right? It's not like a tapped and attacking or anything. How do we do it? We didn't... It's 3 mana. It's 3 red to get the hammer thrown around. We didn't have it. Yep. All right. Profit. Well, that was a hard fought. I say hard fought, not necessarily well fought. Hard fought 7-2. Whew. Good enough, at least, Jinx. Good enough. Jinx says good playing. I say good enough. Good enough. I did, for those of you who joined late, I managed to lose a game this event. I'll show you the deck. Some of you haven't even seen this deck. Let's do show you what we built here. The key pieces, of course, being Burning Rune Demon, Valky, Toralf. We chose to quote splat. Like when we saw our rares and mythics, we thought red-black for sure. But then we saw the blue. We had Double Behold, and really red-black was very low in creatures. Red did not get us much in the way of creatures. So we decided to make red the splash and just played it as long game control, leaning on the power of Tibalt and Burning Rune Demon and all of this removal and card draw. And it worked. Yeah, triple mythic. On color triple mythic, or on colors triple mythic, made it pretty simple to deck build, and it was not simple to play. And I was joking. Yeah, I actually lost a game where I cast Valky, I cast Burning Rune Demon, then I raised the Draugr and recast Valky, and I lost. That's it. And I say Valky. What I mean is I cast Tibalt. I cast Tibalt twice and Burning Rune Demon once and failed to win the game. So let's not speak of that again. Shinny wants to know the trick here. If you use this little triangle thing and pop upwards, you can start doing all sorts of things in here. The T is for type. So if you want to say, oh, do I have runes? I can say, do I have runes in this build? The answer is no, I don't. Do I have demons? Oh, I have 1 demon. Oh, what's my berserker count in this deck? Only 3 berserkers. Okay, right. So you can do that kind of thing. That's a good way to understand how many of a thing you're looking for if it's not necessarily answered quickly in here. I mean, you can look at berserker 3 too. And then you can do things like oracle text. You can just look for rules on it. Do we have any first strike in the deck? No first strike in the deck. Do we have any death touch in the deck? Yeah, we have... oh, no, it just says death in the name, so we don't have death touch in the deck. Do we have dragons? No dragons in the deck. Anyway, you see what I mean? Like, and if you hover over this, it tells you some things you can do. So we could also do like C, I bet C red would just put the red stuff at the top. So look at the pop-up list and you can see what kind of things you can filter. Like we could probably even do like power. What about POW 4? What 3 power creatures do we have? Yeah, 3 power creatures, right? So it's really flexible. Whoa. So I didn't even know this one, so I'm learning something too. Timber's showing us that if you can look at the stuff that's not currently in your deck, it looks like. That is bizarre. I don't even know what to do with that. Anyway. Very good. Little interface lessons as we look at the deck we just 7-0'd with. And honestly, yeah, we had the bombs to 7-0. Our bombs were so good, even my misplays couldn't get us off of the 7-0 there. Let's see if I missed any memes. There is one, I think at least one meme you haven't seen yet, and it's Hat's favorite. So I'm going to give you Hat's pet meme before we take off. We did not see this card at any point in the day, but here you go.
Shoot, mate. What do you want to do tonight?
The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
The Pinky and the Brain.
And to Hat, I say, what? How? At what point did you connect that random sound from that random clip with Narfi? How? Was that stuck in your head, or did you actually watch the show and see it live? Or are you just so Pinky in the brained that you just knew it, you just remembered it? It's really weird. But well done, well done. Oh, Pinky says it a lot. Okay, I watched that show a little bit, but not heavily. No, I was I watched it lightly and in the early 90s. I don't remember much from the early 90s. It was my... Yeah. Well, so was I, Hat, which is why I don't remember it. Anyway. Narf, narf, narf. That's funny. Thanks for hanging out, YouTube friends. We'll catch you the next draft or next seal. I doubt we're going to play sealed again, but that was fun to get that one under the belt. We'll claim this prize. And a bit of fond farewell. We'll catch you the next draft, everybody.